Hello people, my name is Marina and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, this one is gonna be specifically talking about the shows H2O, Just Add Water, and Mako, Mermaids. If you don't know what those shows are, you might not be interested in this video, and that's totally fine. Okay everybody, so if you came from my Instagram, which I'm guessing the majority of you did, we are going to get really deep about these two shows. Now I have with me right here my laptop to help me with my notes because this is a topic that I have been wanting to make a video on for a very long time. We are going to talk about H2O and Mako's plot holes and just their timeline altogether. Okay, so as we all know, H2O Just Add Water is the original show created by Jonathan M. Shift and the rest of the people from Australia. And they started off with Cleo, Emma, Ricky, the original 3 mermaids, and later on got Bella. They had all the boys. You know, it was a great show. 3 seasons. Perfect. And then soon after H2O, a few years later, they decided to create a spin-off. The spin-off being titled Mako Mermaids, or in Australia and other countries, Mako Island of Secrets. I remember when this was announced, I was already on Instagram at the time as a fan page, and I heard about the news. So excited. I remember watching the trailer in 6th grade, and I had to leave my art classroom, and then I took my phone with me to the restroom to watch the trailer in the stall and cry at the same time. Beautiful moment. I will never forget. So yeah, they decided to create a spin-off, and that's how it was originally known as, a spin-off. Specifically, I remember, everyone knows this. Then the seasons go on. The shows, in my opinion, I really like the show. Mako Mermaids is a kids show because it was created by the same people. It is directed at that audience of younger kids, so keep that in mind, okay? But I guess since I'm a kid at heart and I'm so attached to Jonathan's productions, I just fell in love with Mako the same way I fell in love with H2O. As I was saying, the seasons go on, right? The show's good and everything. And then we get to the last season with a whole new trio. It's not even the original mermaids, Lila, Serena, and Nixie. It's Andina, Mimi, and Weilan, which I love, by the way. I love them all so much. But yeah, so they created this new storyline with the girls, and this storyline was about the water dragon, as we all know. But there was a little something at the end. You know where I'm going? Ricky came back. I know, she came back to Jonathan's productions. She made her appearance in Mako Mermaids, and she talked about her endgame, basically. Oh my god. Insert clip of me crying over Ricky's comeback. I don't think you understand how hard I'm crying because of Ricky. I'm shaking and I want to puke. I can't believe this is real. It's so embarrassing, but yeah, I was so happy about that. And of course, everybody was happy. Everybody that was into Mako and H2O, we were so happy. All the fans were so satisfied. We didn't really care to think much about it. We didn't analyze it or anything. We didn't even like put 1 and 2 together. We were just happy to see Ricky's face again in Jonathan Productions. So yeah, she came back, she explained her story, but this is where, after all of this happened, this is when the fans were like, hold on, something doesn't add up. So the first thing I have there on my list was about Ricky. Let's talk about the plot hole that is how Ricky came back in the last 2 episodes of Mako Mermaids, and how when Jonathan M. Shift decided to merge the 2 worlds together, it went from being known as a spin-off to a crossover. Did JMS think this through? It doesn't add up or make sense. Yeah, I don't really think the creators thought this through very well because, as you all know, in Mako there are pods of mermaids, and the mermaids lived in Mako for as long as we can remember, and not once did they ever spot Ricky, Cleo, Emma, or Bella swimming, or anyone. Not once did they cross paths, and I think that is the biggest crossover ever because they never explained that at all. They just kind of wanted us to be like, no, yeah, both of the worlds existed at the same time, too bad. But like, that's not fair. How come they never cross paths? That literally does not make sense in the slightest, and I'm pretty sure that's the thing that does not sit well with me and every other fan of the shows. And another kind of plot hole thing was the moon pool on its own looked extremely different from the finale of H2O Just Add Water. Like in Mako, it was totally renovated, and oh my god, I just remembered, how the hell did the Mako Mermaids not say anything about the asteroid that was totally gonna wipe out all of Earth's population? How did they not notice that it destroyed their moon pool when Cleo, Ricky, and Bella saved it with... what? Doesn't make sense, does it? Guys, I don't think they thought this one through. I'm so happy, do not get me wrong, I'm so happy that Ricky came back. I'm happy that they explained her endgame, her fate in the show, and kind of hinted at the other original Mermaid's fate too, but they didn't do a really good job at it. Oops, sorry. I love the shows. I hope nobody hunts me down and makes me delete this. I love the shows, okay? Don't attack me. This is all in good fun, okay? We're just talking about theories. Okay, now that the elephant is out of the room, let's get back into different details about H2O that also kind of mess with the crossover timeline in a way. Details that are kind of plot holes also at the same time. The characters from Mako, Mermaids, Evie, and Lila played extras in H2O Just Add Water. We see you, we see you. Then again, I remember my Aussie friend Jazzy telling me that in Aussie, they use kind of the same actors and everything. Plus Jonathan is good friends with the actors. So like, I didn't really care about that. Dr. Ross from Mako Mermaids was also in H2O Just Add Water. Swim coach from Mako Mermaids was also in H2O Just Add Water. He was the guy that kidnapped Ricky, never forget.
So you're gonna get in that pool and you're gonna swim like you did yesterday. And this year, I'm going to be the one who says better luck next year. Are we clear?
Did I tell you it's my birthday today?
Happy birthday.
So yeah, little things like that with the characters that I guess the people behind casting didn't really think about, and even if they did think about it, they probably just didn't care. Let's be real, they probably didn't care. No, it's probably that they didn't think about it. I don't know at this point. So yeah, we have that, but we still love the shows, right? We're like, whatever, they've used the actors, you know, many shows do that. Now we're gonna get into some other things about H2O. Remember when I went live on my H2O fan page, I went ahead and asked, what do you guys think? And something that someone pointed out was about Charlotte, how Charlotte was able to have all three powers that the original three mermaids had. The original three were very limited with their powers, so it kind of gets you thinking, how come Charlotte got all three and the original girls didn't? And in a way, it kind of adds up. Hear me out. So as we all know, Gracie, Louise, and the third one, holy crap, I'm a fake fan, I forgot. But the original three, not Cleo, Emma, and Ricky, the original three mermaids. Well, we all know that Gracie was Charlotte's grandmother, right? And then Gracie was a mermaid. Duh. And then she had Charlotte, and then when Charlotte was triggered to be changed into a mermaid by the moon pool, she had all three powers. And maybe the powers are kind of like a bloodline thing. Like there's a reason why Charlotte got all three, as opposed to Cleo, Ricky, and Emma that didn't get all three at all. They only got one. Well, two technically. So that does kind of make sense with the whole Mako timeline, because in Mako they had all the powers plus more. Invisibility and telekinesis on its own were like, whoa. So yeah, and obviously the Mako mermaids came from a bloodline. Is it safe to call it that? Another thing in Mako, just like sidetrack, they would call themselves as babies hatchlings. Does that mean they came from eggs? How are Mako mermaids birthed? I would like to know. Jonathan, answer these questions. Moving on from Charlotte and the whole how are mermaids born? I could go on forever about how mermaids were born, because that is just a big question I've always had. One thing that was the same though was the moonstruck concept. They kept that in the original and they kept it in Mako, where new mermaids had to learn to control the moon, the power of the moon on the full moon, so they wouldn't go all crazy, you know, moonstruck. So yeah, they did keep some consistent things throughout this crossover world, but of course, like I stated before, so many plot holes, so many reused characters, so many unanswered questions. These are my favorite shows. Why do they have so many questions? I think the funniest thing though out of all of this was one that was so avoidable. Mimi's mother. Brown eyes.
And her eyes were the deepest blue.
Good job casting people. You had one job. Honestly, I could have gone into so much more detail about these concepts here, but I just thought I'd gloss over it, kind of talk about where I was heading with this video. And I actually found this paper, H2O and Mako Theories. I think I wrote this in like 2014, 2015. It's pretty old. I found it in one of my boxes. And there is 20 bullets of different things that I could talk about. And hey, if you guys liked this video, let me know. And I'll go ahead and make a part 2 of this, but with more of these concepts. Did you pause it? Did you look at them? So yeah, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on everything I just talked about today, please. Or you could DM me on my Instagram, H2O Mako Love, or we could just have discussions all day. If you want me to elaborate on more of these things that I talked about, please, by all means, let me know. I want to know how you want me to improve this video. Do you want me to like write it out beforehand so I could talk from my laptop? Because I could do that. I think that would be better, in my opinion. Oh my god, there's so much. Talk about Miss Chatham. How do mermaids have kids? Oh my god, that's inappropriate. Why didn't Lila and Nixie come back? Rita and Dr. Ross. Maybe Lewis hooked up with someone in America whenever he went. I mean, maybe. There's so much more I could talk about, guys. Let me know if you want a part 2, please, like I said before. That was this video about talking about H2O Just in Water and Mako Mermaids. Alright, let me know if you enjoyed, guys. Follow me on Insta. That's where you keep up with me every day, and I make pretty cool video edits. If you don't think they're cringy, like me, I love them. Oh yeah, did you guys notice this little Easter egg? It's the crystal. Crystal from season 3 of H2O. So yeah, I'm gonna leave now. Bye, guys.